Hi, Ben Norman here, and today I want to talk about having the right people in the right seats. Now, I remember when I first started out with my marketing agency and I read a business book, and it was very much, right people, right seats, and you kind of go, well, yeah, that's fine, it's obvious, if I want somebody to do sales, I need a salesperson, right? So you kind of move on to the next. But actually, I am shocked at how often this is overlooked in business. And a lot of the time when we offer a job role out, there's a job spec and we'll say what we kind of need, what we want in a person, and then that person will have regular meetings, appraisals, things like that to make sure they're on the right track. But when you actually look at your business as a whole and you look at your org chart and you look at the positions that there are, normally when you find an issue, it's because you don't have the right person sat in the right seat. You might have a salesperson, but there'll be one of the parts of that job spec that they're not hitting, which means, if they're responsible for engaging with your partner network and delivering X amount of leads, and that's funneled into your KPIs, if one of your KPIs isn't being hit, and you track it back, you will find, okay, the reason that's not being hit is because they are not doing that part of the role, or you're missing it. That role over time as businesses grow, it might be that you've got one salesperson who's performing a multitude of different tasks. They might be dealing with a lot of the sales kind of role, as well as more of like the partner-based sales. So they might be prospecting, being reactive, dealing with the leads that are coming into your business, but then also expect to do these other things. Now, it might be that this is a kind of inherited part of the role from when, a couple of years ago when you weren't as busy, there wasn't as much going on. This was a way of you backfilling leads, but it's an important part of the role. But all of a sudden you're getting a lot more leads coming in, they take priority and these things slip. So if you're monitoring your KPIs or you're finding that you're not hitting your growth targets, track it back to your org chart, and make sure you do have the right people in the right seats. In this example, it might be that actually this role has become too big for this one person. You need to then split that role out. It might be that you're hiring a dedicated partner manager, because what you realize is, yes, you're getting all these leads come in and you're capitalizing on all this new business, and that's great. But that actually your partner network, although it wasn't as busy on the outside, was really effective, because once you kind of built and nurtured that relationship with one partner, they were funneling you multiple orders every month on autopilot. You weren't having to rebuild that connection every time. So if you find that you are struggling with one area of your business, you're not hitting certain KPIs or targets, try scaling it back to your org chart, look at the different people in the different roles and make sure that's still applicable. I'd love to know if you find this helpful, or if you've had any interesting things kind of crop up as a result of auditing your org chart. Hit me up in the comments below and let me know.